to the 2013 PSP Mid-Atlantic Open. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Todd Martinez, and we are about to watch the very first matchup of the tournament here in the professional division. We're watching Chicago Aftershock right on your screen right now, taking on Trenton Topgun Union. This is the first game of the Challengers division, and these two teams are battling it out along with 8 other teams to see who is going to move up to the Champions division, and it's not looking good for Chicago Aftershock if they lose one off the break, Todd.
The Aftershock player in the back center gets one right in the face, but Caleb able to take some ground over here on the snake side, gets into snake 2 and has a player bump out behind him and start working across the field on the Dorito side.
Yeah, Caleb Abel, man, he is really going to have to step up for Chicago Aftershock because, you know, Aftershock, they've lost some players and they are really down to a skeleton crew right now, but the crew that they have are very dedicated and very talented, so very hungry. So if anyone can do it, Todd, I think they could.
Yeah, Topgun loses their first body out of the Dorito too, as Caleb Abel, I believe, gets a shot in. No, AJ Lawhead gets that shot in across the field over there. Daly in now behind Abel as Abel gets shot in the front of the gun. He's walking off the field from snake 2.
And Todd, that's been their problem. Chicago Aftershock is losing bodies out of their bunkers all the time for the past year, and it's really been a struggle for them. They always get in good position, so expect for them to be up in those important 50-yard line bunkers, getting into snake 2 like Abel did. They got shot out. Now Trenton making a move, Topgun into snake 1.
Yeah, and Topgun loses another body out of this down here on the snake side, but they still have Ryan Martin fill across the field into the Dorito side. They got one body in the small temple in the middle, and I believe they have one in the Dorito corner as well, as Daly bumps into snake 2 for Aftershock, and he starts going to work on Ryan Martin across the field.
So it's just Matt Rentschler and Ryan Martin left for Topgun, Eric Daly and AJ Lawhead right now for Aftershock. Topgun, left-hand portion of your screen, and you're looking at the 2 guys left alive for them. They're crossing it up right now. Better field position for Chicago Aftershock.
Yeah, there's Ryan Martin on your screen right there. Played with the LA Ironmen last year. Ended up leaving the team in the offseason. Thought he wanted to take a little break, but decided to come back after one event and jump back in with Topgun.
Todd, look at this, though. Chicago Aftershock, that's 2 unnecessary deaths in really good position, and now pressing the advantage is Rentschler and Martin, and it looks like unless Daly can pull off something here, no, and he ends up trading out with Matt, so, or I'm sorry, with Ryan Martin. So Ryan Martin gets it done here. Eric Daly's going to sprint off the field, and that first score is going to go to T1 Topgun Union.
Yeah, and Topgun Union, this is a team that we know can play some paintball. We've seen them on the webcast a few times playing in the finals over here. They did lose Heyman Chapman and Steven Lasher to the Tauntauns, but you know, this team's still a very strong team out here to prove some points in the Challengers division.
And we're going to be right back after this.
ANSgear.com has the world's largest inventory of paintball equipment, including guns, masks, loaders, paintballs, tanks, and clothing. With free shipping on all orders over $100. Shop now at ANSgear.com.
Back here in the Chicago Aftershock pits, that is coach and now player Mikey Bruno. Man, it's wow. It is, Todd. I'll tell you what. You played with Mikey Bruno, and I played against him for years. It is really cool to see him geared up again, man. You know, they took a lot of hits to the roster, and you know, Mikey really frustrated with their performance so far. And it's a legendary team. They've won 5 world championships, and the team's been around for near 20 years now, and just refusing to let it die is Mikey Bruno. And you know, it's great to see him out there, and I think that he will be playing some points. At least that's what he told me earlier on.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. You know, they had a couple roster shortages, if you want to say. A couple guys couldn't make it. So Bruno, he suited up just in case. But it'd be really cool to see him play a couple points out here.
Yeah, so right now, Topgun trying to push up the field. And you're looking at Caleb Abel for Chicago Aftershock, as now with his 2 points in a row, he's been able to get into Snake 1. Looks like Topgun loses a body early. So Chicago Aftershock in the driver's seat with 5 bodies alive. AJ Lawhead's got 2 kills so far, and Lance Hardwick is the one who comes off early for Trenton, and he did a lot of work, Todd, in that first point. 3 kills for him so far in this match.
Yeah, they were really happy about the way he was playing coming from practice. They're going to be utilizing him up the middle a lot. But Chris Scher, number 10, comes into Snake 2 to try and go heads up with Caleb Abel again, also in the second leg of the Snake over here for Aftershock.
Yeah, and Shock playing a lot, I want to say smarter, but you know, their big problem in the past year is that they get in really good spots and then they die out of those spots, not really know what to do from there. They make those slight mistakes. So, and look at this, they lose Lawhead out of his bunker, so now the bodies are evened up at 4 apiece, and Trenton trying to push up that Dorito side, and then on the Snake side right now, look at that. You see he's trying to figure out what to do. It's Chris Scher, I believe, there in Snake 2 for Trenton. And now moves there on your top right-hand portion of your screen. Moves made into the 40-yard line. Dorito for Trenton. Really good field position for them as they're spreading the field.
Yeah, you see Velez right there on your screen in that center wedge, trying to halt the progress of Topgun Union up the Dorito side, but now he's going to get into a gun battle with that 40 Dorito. Chris Scher also in the second leg of the Snake still, doing some work across the field. There you see him backed up a little bit, trying to get a better angle. Now he's going to scoot up into the plate, switch hands, and start shooting across the field.
Todd, you think we're going to see a lot of players try to push to this 50-yard line Dorito that's on the Snake side, the actual 50-yard line Snake?
I think it will, because of the way that the field is laid out. You can still, it's a little bit farther out than the 2 plates, so it does offer some protection, so you can make a move into it.
Yeah, and you can, it's situated so you can hide from the Dorito side. It's not going to be easy. Oh, and a penalty on Trenton as Chris Scher draws a minor. That's going to basically blow out the Snake side, and here comes Caleb Abel. You know, started as pretty much a back player, but has really emerged as a great utility player all around. And then here comes the hammer, about to drop. Ooh, on the last player left alive. It's Ryan Martin again for Trenton.
And Rob Velez made the move all the way from the Aftershock's backfield down to bunker Ryan Martin out of there, Matty. You know, these Challengers teams got to realize, you know, welcome to the Pro Division. Penalties are huge. You're going to have to spend some time in that box now.
Yeah, and so the score is going to be tied up at 1 apiece. Aftershock 1, Topgun 1, 14:39 on the clock, and we're going to be right back after this. Beginning of the 2013 Mid-Atlantic Open here at OXCC in Chesapeake City, Maryland. Beautiful day so far, crisp air, slightly chilly, perfect paintball weather. And we're looking at the Trenton Topgun Union in their pits right now. And gotta say hats off to all the Challengers teams, Todd, that have stepped up to become pro. Trenton moving up from D1 here, taking the challenge to move into the Challengers division and play against some of the best teams in the world. But you know, it's just great to see. Ultimately, if you're a competitive paintball player, your dream is to one day to play professional paintball, and they're making that dream a reality. And the way that it works now is that 2 Challengers teams will move up every event, and 2 Champions teams will move down. Every game is important, and everybody has a chance. It really just comes down to how well you play.
Well, it's also going to help the teams that have moved up from the Division 1 to play the teams that are now the pro teams that were relegated to the Challengers division. It's going to bring both their levels of play up. As in the Champions division, it's going to be nothing but good games. So all the top teams are going to be playing evenly matched games all across the board, and we should see teams start to get a lot better all around and see a lot better games all across the board.
There's Aftershock in the blue jerseys, and they double up that back center, which is, you know, you're not really going to see that probably too much. I don't know. We'll see as things progress and these teams try to figure out how to best play this field, but not the biggest bunker back there. You can play it. It is playable, though. And look at that. They do get a kill off the break.
Yeah, and Topgun right now bumps into the Snake, the second leg of the Snake, and then I believe that is Michael Smith comes back in behind, gives some support.
Yeah, so really good field position right now for Chicago Aftershock as they have 5 alive, and they are already in to the Dorito 2 position over here, and now making moves up in that center. Caleb Abel catches one, though, and that's his second early death out of his bunker for Caleb Abel, but immediately Shock fills that spot.
Yeah, you got Daly back in there in the Snake 2 again, trying to shoot across the field as Topgun takes advantage of the gun dropping on the Snake side. It bumps into Dorito 1. They still have 4 bodies alive. They got the Dorito 1, the tower on the Dorito side. The Snake 2 just took one square in the face. I think that was Cyril getting shot, yep, out of Snake 2, so he's walking off right now. Akita, I mean.
Yeah, and he's gonna come off, so, oh, but look at this. Lawhead dies again out of his bunker, so on the Dorito side. So bodies coming off for both teams, 3 strong for both Topgun and Aftershock, and now Topgun pushing up, and they lose a body. So bodies dropping for both teams all over the place.
Jamie gets shot trying to make that big bump from the Dorito 1 to the 40 Dorito for Topgun, leaving just 1 body left alive on the Dorito side for Topgun and 1 over here on the Snake side. Oh, and Aftershock's Rob Velez gives the body right back out of the center of the field, but he trades out with number 88, Andrew Johnson. So now it should be a 2-on-1 in favor of Aftershock.
And let's see if they can take advantage of this, you know, high body situation here. Anytime you get into one of these where it's 2-on-1 or 3-on-2, regardless, 4-on-2, you gotta win these particular points. You do not want to give anyone a chance. And look at this, as Daly right now is just over the top and just peppering Snake 1 and keeping Michael Smith just pinned in there. It's exactly what you want to do. Just don't let that guy play paintball. Let your other player move up. Now Smith, he makes his move out, but then immediately gets shot cross field by Clifford Ginter, new player for Aftershock. So he's getting in there, getting some reps, and you know, Clifford Ginter is gonna need to play well. If they don't have a lot of bodies, and if they want to win out here and move up, they are going to need production out of everybody. We haven't seen Mike Bruno yet, though, to head onto the field because these guys are getting it done. They take the lead. 11 minutes and 51 seconds remain here, and we're going to be right back. Beautiful morning here in Chesapeake City, Maryland at OXCC. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Todd Martinez. And Todd, just when we thought things were going Aftershock's way, as we headed to the break, found out that they got a minor penalty on a dirty hang. So they will have to start down a body as Clifford Ginter will be in the box. So the rookie for Aftershock ended up hanging the dirty hang. It's going to be 1-1.
Yeah, actually, he got a rate of fire penalty, Matty. When he went to go hang the flag, the referees noticed his gun shooting a little fast, tested it out real quick, and it was over the limit. So Cliff Ginter going to be spending a minor in that box for Aftershock. 1 minute on the board, and they will be starting with 4.
You know, you're looking at Aftershock's kills, though. Man, everyone is producing for Aftershock. 2 for Eric Daly, 3 for Caleb Abel, 2 for Rob Velez, 3 for AJ Lawhead. That's exactly, if you're an Aftershock fan, what you want to see. But what you don't want to see is them losing their Snake player off the break.
Now, and Ryan Martin cut up the middle right away for T1 Topgun Union and shoots out the Snake side and is now in control of the Snake side of the field for Topgun Union as he stands behind the box right in the middle of the field and is just chopping down the lane. And they got number 4, Eric Daly, in that tower on the Snake side. If he makes one move across, Ryan Martin should cut him down. and open up the snake side of the field for Top Gun.
You know, here comes the hammer. They're going to try to drop it on Ryan Martin, and he's able to do it. So nice job to clear Ryan Martin out of that center. And then off of that chaos, as Velez made that move, Daly was able to get into the snake. You're looking at Trenton also off that chaos. Shear was able to make it into snake 1 as well. So better field position for Eric Daly, though.
See, Shear should have been in snake 2. The second Ryan Martin was up in the center of that A, because he would have protected Ryan Martin from that Aftershock player coming down the middle of the field.
Well, now, you know, I'm glad you said that, because when you have a player make a move like that all the way up the center, I was looking at our D side cam over there on the Dorito side, and you know, Todd, if somebody goes up the center, like, yeah, Shear has got to get up the field a little bit more aggressive than that, because, you know, I mean, yeah, he had guns on him, though, and he was trying to work his way in, but the whole point you send somebody up there is to do something off of that, and he had shot the snake player, so there's no one in front of him.
Yeah, you always talk about playing off those moves, and if Shear had gotten into snake 2, he would have not only seen the player coming up the middle of the field, as Cliff Ginter finally comes out of the box and he makes a sprint up to the 40 Dorito, he would have not only seen that player coming up the field, he might have gotten a couple more kills for these Aftershock bodies that keep running down the Dorito side.
Yeah, well, much better field position for Aftershock, but they are looking at 2 bodies. They only have 2 bodies left alive themselves, and but they've spread the field well. They have 40-yard line Dorito, and they also have Eric Daly over here into snake 2, and he's dug in, just looking cross field at the D1.
Yeah, Cliff Ginter there, still in the 40 Dorito. He's trying to wrap the wire, get a shot in on Cher. Andrew Johnson, he's alive in the Dorito 1. There you see Cher on your screen. Here's the D-side camera. There's number 88, Andrew Johnson for Top Gun. He is looking across the field at Eric Daly, who is in snake 2. The only shot that Daly really has from that snake 2 is across the field in the Dorito 1.
Really long point here as we coming up on the 9-minute mark left here in regulation. And then now Daly makes his move to the 50-yard line on the snake side of the field. There is no 50-yard line bunker on the Dorito side of the field, so if Cliff Ginter wants to make his move, he's gonna have to cross that 50. Who's looking at him though? The only person that's looking at right now, there is no cross-up going on for Top Gun.
Now Cher is looking to the outside. He is in the tower here on the snake side. Looking outside, there's on your camera right there. There's number 88, again, Andrew Johnson, trying to play the wire. Both Top Gun players dealing with the body in front of them.
Shot? Oh, man, that was close.
Close one on Andrew Johnson right there.
And this is when things become very technical. Everyone gets locked into those cross shots, trying to lock up in their gunfights.
Yeah, you see Daly right there. For all you kids watching at home, shooting at the left-hand side of the bunker with your right hand is a no-no. You always want to use good fundamentals. Play out the left-hand side with your left hand. Expose less of your body.
I see a little bit of why he's doing that though, because you can tell by his body language he might want to go at any moment. But the problem is he doesn't really have a lot of places to go. See, there he goes. You can tell by the body language, and he's just going to try to run down and trade out and take it to a one-on-one, and then perfect execution by Ginter, who just right on the delay. That's how that move is done. Very good execution by Chicago Aftershock.
Yes, that is exactly what we were talking about with the play from Top Gun unit up the middle. When you have a teammate make a big move, say example up the field or in the end game situation, Daly takes off, the guns look to Daly, Ginter makes the move right after that. Nobody expects it, bunkers out Johnson, and wins the point for Chicago Aftershock.
Yeah, nice job. So Chicago Aftershock, they scored that last one. They tried to score it, but Ginter redeems himself. And the score is now 2-1. 7 minutes and 32 seconds remain. We'll be right back. is basically gut check time right now for Trenton Topgun, as they are down 1 here in their first Challengers game, trying to take a win here against Chicago Aftershock, but they are going to have to bring a little bit more than they're bringing right now, because Chicago Aftershock, especially look at these kill counts, they are just doing more work out there, Todd.
Yeah, and Alfred De Los Santos finally going to get a spin over here for Topgun Union as Lance Hardwick shoots towards the Dorito side on the break, then switches, comes out here towards the Snake side. Referee runs in to check him. Topgun gets into the Snake 1 leg right away and then backs into the Snake corner behind him to get some support. Tall tower on the Dorito side and the Dorito 1 for Topgun. Aftershock bumps across into the Dorito 2, the Snake 2, the tower on the Dorito side, and the tower on the Snake side. Aftershock all the way up in the middle of the field, but Lance Hardwick looking to come get him right now. As you see, at the same time, Lance Hardwick makes the move up the middle of the field. 2 bodies walk off for Aftershock right there. Aftershock quickly fills the Snake 1 again. Topgun with a 4-on-3 advantage.
Yeah, that was a clutch move by Topgun right there on that run through. Lance Hardwick, yeah?
Yeah.
That was money right there. Lance Hardwick coming out of the Aftermath camp, and just, you know, they need guys like that to make moves like that. Now Shock pressing their advantage forward, up by body.
Yeah, Cyril Attica over here. I'm sorry, I keep saying that. Cyril Akita moves into the Snake 2, but then he gets shot.
Attica just sounds way more gangster, though.
He gets shot out of the Snake 2, and here comes Aftershock, gonna close this game out. So Topgun created the advantage right away.
I like
on Hardwick's move,
what I'm seeing out of Aftershock,
yeah,
though.
Shock
they're playing some
back.
tough ball. They're winning the close points. They're making the moves, and they're not playing stupid. You know, I mean, the problem with Shock over the past year and at the first event was they'd play too aggressive. I wouldn't say too aggressive because I love their aggression, but they've toned it down a notch, and they're just playing some smart paintball right now, and they're up 3-1. We'll be right back.
What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball?
What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball?
Россия – это страна с очень сложными погодными условиями.
Not only is the Spire small and lighter than leading competitors,
The Spire is designed to take the toughest abuse that paintball puts out and keep feeding no matter how bad your paint or weather gets.
With a true 200 round capacity, it holds more paint as well.
Not only is it easier to take apart, but more importantly, it's easier to put back together.
find out more at virtuespire.com.
ANS Gear rocks the largest inventory of any paintball retailer. From our massive selection of guns to our endless supply of goggles, ANSgear.com can supply your every paintball need. We have a large selection of paint in stock and the best loaders on the market. Our huge inventory of jerseys and pants ensures that we have sizes for all different types of players. Don't forget, we also carry the highest quality paintball tanks. With your choice of free shipping on orders over $100 to next day, Saturday, or international shipping options, you get the products you need sooner. Shop now at ANSgear.com.
Check this out, the Imperial program from GI Sports. Get 100% of your paint money back in cash. Sign up, win, paint's free. Take second, get half your paint cash back. Not good enough? How about more cash? Have your team rock our V-Force goggles, get first place, then we'll throw you another $1,000 cash. Second place? No problem. We got $500 with your name on it. It's a total no-brainer. Sign up for the Imperial program at gisports.com.
I first picked up a paintball gun when I was 9. I used to stand around at the field and stare at the Ironman players, hoping for a shot. I earned my way onto the team when I was 15. We won 2 world titles. When I blew my knee out for the second time, the doctor told me I'd never play again, but I refused to let go of my dream. I'm an Ironman, and paintball is my life.
We are back here, 2013 PSP Mid-Atlantic Open, second event of the 5 PSP events that are going to go down this year. And definitely check us out on Facebook, Paintball Access. Also like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and check out all the behind the scenes crazy paintball world. And it's definitely brought to you daily content updates. Help us spread the gospel, man. Live your passion. If you love paintball, if this sport fascinates you, definitely help us out by getting the word out to the world. And man, I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of Chicago Aftershock so far at this event. You know, they lost some players. They don't even care. They're still out here playing some paintball.
Well, like you said, Matty, like Aftershock, we'd like to see them play aggressively, but getting up the field aggressively is one thing. Over battling when you get there is another thing, and that was what Aftershock's problem was. They'd get to these great spots, but then they would lose gun battles because they'd get so excited, or they just weren't as good gun battlers as the teams that they were playing against, and they'd get shot out really quickly and never really give themselves a chance to take advantage of the spots that they were able to get to.
Well, we're starting to see some seasoning out of them, and that's what they needed. And honestly, that's the reason the Challengers division exists, is if you have a legendary team like Shock that's rebuilding, well, you know, maybe you're going to have to spend some time down in the Challengers division in order to get a little bit of that experience that they need, instead of having to play teams like Heat and Dynasty all the time.
Yeah, teams like Heat and Dynasty who are on top of their game, who are playing really well, extremely talented, have a lot of experience. You know, the matchups are just a lot better now. You know, teams that are in the Challengers division, belong in the Challengers division, they're going to face off against teams that they're evenly matched with. The same thing for the Champions division.
Yeah, and the thing about Topgun is they have some really seasoned players themselves. I mean, not only are the core of the team, have they played some paintball for a while, but guys like Lance Hardwick, I mean, he's played at a very high level. Ryan Martin was one of the best players on the Ironman, and now playing for T1 Topgun. But Ryan Martin and Alvin Johnson still left alive. Looking at the D-side cam as now pushing their advantage. Chicago Aftershock, 2 players on the Snake side as well on your screen. Really good field position for them. 4 minutes and 42 seconds remain there in the driver's seat here as they're up 3-1. This actual game should be 4-1 if Gifford hadn't actually. Oh, but Daly tries to dip back. He gets shot out, and now here comes Topgun making a move up the Dorito side. Oh, and Caleb Abel just wears it. So he's going to walk off. So look at that. Even though they were down a couple bodies, Ryan Martin and Alvin Johnson able to get it done to make this a 1-point match with 4 minutes and 13 seconds remaining. So they could still get in here, Todd. Just keep it close, man. Keep it close. Give yourself some time. That's exactly what they just did on the strength of Alvin Johnson headed down that Dorito side of the field.
Yeah, Matty, and getting a 1-point game here. 4:09 left. We'll be right back after these messages.
Here to get you in the game. Target up top. It accurately shoots up to 100+ feet with awesome ammo that splats when it hits. And the JT Splatmaster has intense pump action.
I got the play, yeah!
Did you crush my begonias?
JT Splatmaster, get in the game. You can look for the JT Splatmaster in the sporting goods section at these fine retailers or at jtsplatmaster.com. For ages 9 and up, must be 18 or older to purchase. Adult supervision required. JT Splatmaster and accessories sold separately. Optics goggles must be worn at all times.
ANS Gear rocks the largest inventory of any paintball retailer. From our massive selection of guns to our endless supply of goggles, ANSgear.com can supply your every paintball need. We have a large selection of paint in stock and the best loaders on the market. Our huge inventory of jerseys and pants ensures that we have sizes for all different types of players. Don't forget, we also carry the highest quality paintball tanks. With your choice of free shipping on orders over $100 to next day, Saturday, or international shipping options, you get the products you need sooner. Shop now at ANSgear.com.
We're back. Chicago Aftershock taking on Trenton Topgun. And it looks like we have the 3rd member of our broadcast team, Lauren Kelly, down on the sidelines, I think with Mikey Bruno. Should be a good one.
Down here in the Aftershock pit with Mikey Bruno. Mikey, you were just telling me Trevor Reagan quit last night. What happened?
Last night, the night before, he didn't have he had to work or something like that. He played with us for the last 2 weeks, and then he just literally backed out and decided to go play with Boom, which is, I mean, I have just no respect for that. We'll be taking care of the kid, and he's going to do something like that. So, I mean, I don't know. I just think he's pretty much a low life for doing that to the guys. So, other than that, we're fine. We do have a little bit low on guys, but we're okay.
All right, well, hopefully they still play well and keep up their team morale.
Yeah, well, it's always tough when you lose somebody like literally the day before the event. You know, it's tough. I mean, things happen, and yeah, people got to work, but you know, communication is kind of key in that issue.
Yeah, it's tough when you leave a pro team to go down to play with the divisional team.
I could see if it's opposite. You know, if Dynasty was like, hey kid, you want a shot? And he's like, hey Mikey, I'm sorry. How many times do you get a chance to play for Dynasty? I know, you know, but it's my bad, but I got to take this opportunity. No, you know, so I don't know. We'll see how that works out. But Chicago Aftershock doing just fine.
Yeah, Aftershock got a body over here in the Snake 2. Eric Daly again. Yeah, Aftershock has had no problem getting into the Snake 2. They've been attacking it pretty well, but they keep dropping a lot of bodies really quickly off that Dorito side. Top Gun right now with the body advantage. They've only lost Ryan Martin, and what Chris Scher needs to do right now is come trade out with Daly, and here he is going to come, bunker out Daly, and there he goes. So quickly, Top Gun gonna put another point on the board and tie this game up right now with 2 minutes. Probably about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left once Alvin Johnson runs this flag in.
Well, I spoke too soon. I was talking about how Shock was doing just fine. They were, but these past 2 points have just been outplayed by Top Gun.
Yeah, there's Matt Rentschler getting the hang right there for Top Gun. Referee gonna check him out. He's all clean, run back. So Aftershock with that dirty hang, or with that gun penalty, still could be up 1 point. But now, let's check out this replay. So there you have Scher. He's gonna jump over the Snake, come along the inside. Daly hears the call, tries to come forward, and Scher just bunkers him out right in the side. Here's the other angle. Daly's looking across the field. Maybe here's a call from the sideline, and there comes Scher, dropping a hammer right on Eric Daly.
Yeah, nicely done. So Top Gun stealing the momentum back from Chicago Aftershock to tie it up at 3 apiece with 2 minutes and 33 seconds to go here. We'll be right back in just a minute.
Next season on the roster.
We're looking for a guy that's like on our heels every weekend.
My name is Wesley Ward. I'm 23. I'm from Macon, Georgia.
Scott Kemp, age 26, born and raised in Los Angeles, California.
Attitude thing, man, it's one of those things. Some people like it, some don't.
And 33 seconds remain here in the first matchup of the day, 2013 PSP Mid-Atlantic Open. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Todd Martinez, and we have a whole day of paintball, whole weekend of paintball coming at you. Lots of intense matchups. And with 2 minutes and 33 seconds, what do you think we're going to see here, Todd, as Topgun really stealing the momentum back from Shock. And Shock called a timeout, try to slow that momentum down. Now both teams going to be at full strength here.
Well, Shock needs to slow it down a little bit on that Dorito side. Either Topgun is just shooting them out too quickly, or Aftershock's doing the same old typical Aftershock thing and losing gun battles quickly. But Aftershock needs to keep somebody alive over there on the Dorito side early in this game, give themselves a chance to play.
Yeah, the last 2 points, Topgun has really won it off the break, and now they lose a body out of their bunker. It's Ryan Martin, so the big pickup for Topgun dies early out of his spot. And now here comes Chicago Aftershock, and this may be the winning point right here, Todd.
Yeah, and Caleb Abel again into the Snake 2 for Chicago Aftershock game after game as number 10, Chris Scher, comes in again for Topgun into the Snake 2. They're going to go heads up. Lance Hardwick into Temple in the middle of the field, trying to lock off the Dorito side of Chicago Aftershock, but he's got his back exposed over here. He's got Cliff Ginter in his mirror as Eric Daly gets shot out of the Snake side tower, and he comes walking off for Aftershock.
Yeah, and that's a bad death for Daly out of that spot. And you really, at this particular point in the game with 1 minute and 34 seconds left, looking like you're in the driver's seat and you have enough bodies and enough time to get it done. But he takes the early walk, and now it's going to be up to Caleb Abel over here. And we could see an overtime point here, Todd.
Yeah, Chris Scher looking like he wants to make a move here. Backing up, creating some space for himself in the Snake 2. Lance Hardwick really feeling the pinch from the Dorito 1 in the Temple in the middle of the field.
Topgun doing a real good job of digging in once they lost Barton off the break at that point. They're really just getting into their spots, tightening it up, and making sure that whatever they were going to do, they were not going to get shot out of their bunkers. And now with just 55 seconds left remaining, and both teams with 4 bodies, I do believe we are going to see an overtime point here. Oh, but look at this. Looks like Matt Rentschler gets shot out of the back bunker, so just 3 players left alive with 41 seconds. Let's see if Aftershock can capitalize here with 4 bodies. They do have position on the Dorito side. And now here, attack starting to come up the center. Look at that top portion of your screen. Is he going to have enough time, though? That's the problem, as Ginter smartly did move to the left-hand side, but they've got to push a little bit more aggressive than this. Oh, but Velez gets caught out in the open. It looks like Ginter might get a penalty. Anytime you see that ref running in there, bodies are starting to drop. Here comes the hammer on the Dorito side. Ginter launches from the center. Scher has to switch his gun over. There's just not going to be enough time, though, Todd.
No, this attack should have
Alo's got to grab that flag. What is he doing? There he goes finally, but he's just not going to have enough time. So if Caleb Abel with a little bit more heads up over there, he probably would have had time. You can see he knows it too. The game was won right there, but look at this. He's yelling at his coach. Come on, kid. That has nothing to do with the coach whatsoever. You've got to be aware of the time at every single step of the game. We saw Dynasty, the only reason they even made it into the finals was because of the heads-up play of Kyle Spica in the exact same situation right there.
Yeah, that attack should have started with Caleb Abel because all the players were looking from the middle over and nobody was looking at Caleb Abel. He had a chance to run down Scher, who was the one that caught every one of those Aftershock players running down the Dorito side.
Well, let's check out this replay here. So on the Snake side, there goes Caleb Abel, just not enough time. Finally realized what the deal was and that he only had about 3 seconds to go. And it was close. You see, he was only maybe about a good 8-10 steps away. And you can cover 8-10 steps in 2 seconds, which was right around the difference between when he figured out what exactly was going on. So we are going to head to the overtime. It consists of 1 3-minute overtime period. And if it's still tied after that, there's going to be a shootout with some one-on-ones, man. And we actually have not seen one-on-ones yet. And we're going to be right back here. Well, we haven't seen him yet this season since we changed that rule. So anyway, we're going to be right back after this with the overtime period. Don't go anywhere.
What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball?
What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball?
Россия – страна с очень сложными погодными условиями.
Not only is the Spire small and lighter than leading competitors,
the Spire is designed to take the toughest abuse the paintball puts out and keep feeding no matter how bad your paint or weather gets.
With a true 200 round capacity, it holds more paint as well.
Not only is it easier to take apart, but more importantly, it's easier to put back together.
Find out more at virtuespire.com.
And we're back, about to throw 3 minutes on the clock and see who's going to win this match. But then right after that, we're going to head into Sacramento Excessive taking on Texas Storm in the Challengers Division. And after that, we're going to head in to Champions Division all day long. Best 10 teams in the world. Look at this, Chicago Aftershock. It's a terrible start in this overtime point, and Trenton sends Ryan Martin all the way up to the center again, Todd. It's not looking good for Shock.
Yeah, Daly gets a bad jump, and he gets shot on the break, and that is going to cost some of his teammates as Velez gets shot out of that Dorito. The confusion, no zones covered, no bodies on the break, and that has opened up the door for Topgun, who sent Ryan Martin all the way up the middle again to chop down the snake side. Chris Scher, again on into snake 2. He's got help behind him in the snake corner. And full strength still for Topgun. They got Alvin Johnson and Andrew Johnson, both alive over there on the Dorito side as well.
Yeah, and Topgun's in the driver's seat right now. The only issue is the time. They have 3 players left alive that they're looking at, as Ginter, Abel, and Lawhead are still alive for Shock. Topgun at full strength.
Lawhead just gets shot in the loader out of Dorito 1. So both bodies now on the snake side of the field for Aftershock with just under 2 minutes left to go in this overtime point. And Topgun still at full strength, moves on into the 40 Dorito. I'm sure Johnson's going to start wrapping that right away. Chris Scher coming on the inside into the Dorito, the 50 Dorito on the snake side.
Yeah, but Scher just got shot in his back. Yeah, so Scher comes off. So nice job as Ginter was able to get a shot on Scher, and then here comes that is it. That's going to do it. As Ryan Martin making super duper sure that Ginter was shot so that they could take this victory. So congratulations to Trenton Topgun as they come here moving up from D1 into the Challengers Division, and they win their first come-from-behind victory here against Chicago Aftershock. Got to say hats off to Trenton, obviously. But, you know, Shock should not hang their heads too low. Some mental mistakes at the end of the game definitely cost them. That bad start in overtime point is pretty inexcusable. But I felt that they, you know, the things that Shock needed to work on, they're working on. You know, they really had this game for a little bit of time. They did let Topgun get back into it. But overall, if I was Mikey Bruno, I would not be ripping heads off yet. Let's check out this replay here. So let's look at this break. Look at this. So they get just blow the start and then have to go back. If you go back and touch up and then leave, you can make it out there, and you won't get a penalty or pulled out. And it looked like, did they make it out alive? They might have made 5 bodies out alive. No, he didn't. No chance.
You saw Daly do the loop-de-loop. We trace his breakout pattern right there just a little bit. He did about 6 loops, a couple stumbles. We're in Aftershock's pit right now. And there you can see a dejected Aftershock team. They were up 3-1, should have been up 4-1, and then let Topgun come back 3 straight points to win in overtime, 4-3. And there, right there.
That's a look at disappointment, my friends. But that is what's at stake here. It's so crucially important for these guys to play well for their teams and their franchises, especially a team like Aftershock that's been around for so long, and all the guys that are wearing that jersey, it is now their responsibility to take that legacy into the future. But like I said, they should not, they got 3 more games, they should not hang their heads too low. They are playing better than they have, and we're gonna be right back with the next Challengers game, Excessive taking on Texas Storm. See you in a second.
Ever wonder how your order gets from ansgear.com to you? Using our fast and efficient processing method, your purchase is pulled, verified, and shipped to your door quickly and accurately. Every order is checked for accuracy 3 times before it leaves the warehouse. With your choice of free shipping on orders over $100 to next day, Saturday, or international shipping options, you get the products you need sooner and at an affordable price to get you back in the game. Shop now at ansgear.com.
Sidelines with Chris Scher from Topgun. Congratulations, you guys just won your first pro match. How does it feel?
It feels great. We came off World Championship last year, World Series, and we came into the Challengers Division. We knew it was going to be tough, but we played a veteran team our first game, Chicago Aftershock. We knew they were going to play fast and aggressive, so we just knew we could sit back, then push it down the field later on in the game. So yeah, that's pretty much how we defeated them.
Going into that overtime, what did you guys know you needed to do to pull the win out?
We pretty much did what we did from the start. We shot off the break really well. I think we caught a G off the break real fast. We slowed it down, and then we just pushed up the field all at one time real fast, and that's how we got it.
Who do you think is going to be the toughest competition this weekend?
Well, in our prelim game, I think either 187 Crew or Excessive, just because they're both veteran teams, and we played 187 all last year, and they're definitely a tough fight. So.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, how's it going? My name's Kyle, and I'm going to take you on a tour of the A&S Gear Warehouse. So go ahead and follow me. This is our retail showroom where we have all the latest and greatest gear. Go ahead and follow me back to the warehouse. In this aisle of our gun room, we have some die products. We've got our die rotors, we've got some die guns, we've got our GOG Ecstasies. In this aisle, we have some of our Luxes, we have some of our tanks, we've got some Bob Longs and some Empire Axes. On this aisle, we have some more of our Luxes. We have our Planet Eclipse, we got the LV1, and all the way down we have all of our Ninja tanks. In our gear bag aisle, we have Die, we have Planet, and we have HK. So this is our t-shirt section. We have t-shirts from HK Army, Die, and Empire, just to name a few. So this is our paintball aisle where we have RPS, Valken, and GI Sports. This is our mask section. We have Sly Profits, we have Die I4s, we have E-Flexes, and we have V-Forces. This is our massive selection of apparel. We have brands like Planet Eclipse, HK, Die, and Valken. This is our small parts section. We have our barrels in here. We have Planet Eclipse, we have Lapco, we have Smart Parts. If you want to follow me down this way. Down over here, we've got some Bob Long stuff. And then over here, we have some Tipman, some more Empire. And then we have our lenses over here. And we have our headbands all along this wall. So these are our pulling tables where we pull all the product and we check it 3 times before we send it out to you. At A&S Gear, we offer a variety of shipping options, from free shipping to orders over $100 to international, next day, and Saturday delivery. This is our customer service department where you can contact us via live chat, by phone, or by email. Thanks for checking out the warehouse tour, guys, and be sure to go online and check out all of our great deals at ansgear.com.